Alrighty, we are at the range. First range session with the carbon fiber Creedmoor. I'm doing a quick barrel break in, gonna do a bore side at 20 yards. And then we're gonna see what our initial groups look like. Again, first range session, initial groups might not be wonderful. I'm wearing gloves because there's chemicals involved in the barrel break-in, which is quite a bit of work. Whether you should do it or not, this is not the video for that. But I'm excited. The rifle looks great. So far, shooting it without a muzzle brake. I actually can't go closer because this guy's downrange. Yeah, shooting it without the muzzle brake. It's obviously recoiling it a little bit more. But as soon as I start shooting loads, I'm gonna actually just swap the muzzle brake. I know in our sort of build video, I had the suppressor on, but when doing load development, I have found that the suppressor just heats up and it turns into a much longer process just because of the mirage coming off the suppressor. So I try and just simplify my life, and I have found if I can get it to shoot really well with the muzzle brake, when I switch to the suppressor, my groups don't change, just the point of impact shifts a little bit, which is an easy fix. So without further ado, let's do some shooting. This is just barrel breaking process. I've got no muzzle device on because I'm cleaning in between shots. I'm like kind of midway through that process now. Alright, we're back for another range trip with the Carbon Creedmoor series. Now, the downside of making YouTube videos for you guys is that when I'm filming things, sometimes I forget to do vital things like tightening action screws, which happened the last time I was shooting loads of this. The rear action screw never got the love it deserved. So today we'll be reshooting loads, and I've got 5 different loads to try here, all the way from 39.8 grains to 41.3 grains. I'm not going to bore you guys with everything. I'm going to shoot all of these loads, and then we'll go down and inspect the paper. We've got a little bit of wind from the back. Let's crack the first shot and just see where our zero is. Again, running the little 3 to 18 Strike Eagle here. I must say, something that I've noticed on the 3 to 18 Strike Eagle is the parallax knob is not as tight as on the 5 to 25. I don't know if you guys have experienced that on the 5 to 25, mine at least, it's very tight. This is actually the wrong mag. I need the mag without the binder plate because my rounds are a little bit long, but I just grabbed a mag, so I grabbed the wrong mag, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to single load these suckers, which is fine. They will feed from the non-binder plate mags. Got my magneto speed on. Okay, I think I see where that shot is. Speed's looking good. Okay, definitely started coming down a little bit on those last two. Could be a function of just the barrel settling in a little bit because I did clean it after the last time I shot it. So, right, I'm going to give it a little bit of time to cool down and then shoot our next groups. So I've just had a look at the target. We can go about 2 clicks down, and I'm not going to bother about coming over, but the groups, to be honest, they're not up to par. So either it's me just having one of those days where I can't seem to shoot a proper group, or we're very far off what we need to achieve here. But again, our goal for this rifle is not quarter minute of angle. It is half MOA, we're calling it a day. Because this is just going to be like a little backup to the backup hunting rifle. It's alright. Okay, that's the best group we've shot. So we got one group left to shoot. So far happy with the third group that I shot. The others are opening up a little bit again. Yeah, conditions are very nice to shoot groups. So if that second group is happy, it's like 2740 speed wise, and keep in mind a new rifle tends to pick up speed. I mean, I'm stoked with that for a hunting load. So yeah, that's definitely going to work. There's definitely one shot a little bit out the group that might have been me, but usually what I do in a case like that is I'll reload that group and load like 3 different groups of that same load, and then validate if it is in fact a bad group or was that just an isolated case of me being me. So yeah, one more group to go, and then we'll go down and have a squiz at the target. We've also got our big boomers here, and you know what they say about a very big gun? You need a very big bag. And we're coming out with our own line of rifle bags soon, so this is a prototype. And but so far so good, making a few changes and then we should be ready for production. But I've got my 30 Sherman mag in that bag with the suppressor on, and it fits in the bag and it zips up, which is awesome because my OCD, I do not like zeroing my rifle, taking off the suppressor, putting it back on before a match, even though it should be fine. I just don't like doing it, so I don't want to do it. Okay, now having a look at our groups, that was sort of 3 rounds touching each other. These first groups were all over the show. So 1, 2, that was a great group. This one started opening up and it's definitely tightening up here, but looking at my brass, I was definitely having some pressure issues there. So I think what I did was I had quite significant jumps between powder charges. So if it's definitely getting tighter, so if I can load a few on each side of this and a few on each side of that and then validate that a few times, I think we're going to be off to the races with this little project. So we haven't exactly shot the lights out with the results we've gotten at the range on the previous 2 trips, and to be honest, that is because this whole process hasn't really been ideal for me. You see, I don't actually have legal ownership of this firearm yet. I have to sign it in and out the gun store, and that really makes it less than ideal. You know, measuring chambers, doing all sort of things. The range trips are always a bit of a, you know, it's a rush. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the low development phase of this project for now. Hopefully I'll have legal ownership of this, you know, very, very soon here. And I think our next step in this project is going to be to go ahead and Cerakote this XRS chassis. I've got an idea. I want to sort of stick to dark FDE color, but with a little bit of a twist. I've obviously done that sponge camo that you guys are all familiar with many times before. That always comes out great. But I think I want to go a little bit more old school with like multicam type of thing. That's sort of what I had in mind, with keeping some of the black trim to pick up with the black barrel and stuff like that. So that is going to be what we're doing next. I'm actually going to pop this barrel action out of this XRS and then take the barrel action to the gun store, and then we'll Cerakote this in the next video. So if you've liked the series so far and you haven't subscribed yet, please do that and get notified when we upload other videos in this series. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you when we put some gorgeous camo on this XRS. Still one of my favorite chassis that MDT makes. So without further ado, pop this out and I'll see you guys in the next video.